Climate change often leads the headlines during extreme weather. But it's also affecting day-to-day life on the coasts with high tide flooding, which doesn't need a storm to occur.
There's no rain, but the sea level is higher than it used to be. And so it might be that the wind is blowing in the wrong direction or the tide is higher than normal, and you get water spilling into the streets where that didn't used to happen.
At a certain water level, it becomes what's referred to as nuisance flooding. Annapolis, Maryland had 63 nuisance flood days in 2017. Annapolis's Dock Street parking lot serves 15 businesses, so the researchers used it to measure how flooding affects visitors.
So we linked that data on how many visitors were coming to downtown with our knowledge of when it was flooding. And what we found is that even with relatively small amounts of flooding, the number of visitors to Dock Street dropped significantly. So at our most minor level of flooding, visits drop by about 30%. And as flooding gets worse, visits almost disappear completely.
That means that one specific area had around 3,000 fewer visitors in 2017 than if there had been no flooding. That minor flooding is happening all across the U.S. and will only get worse with more sea level rise.
It's important that we kind of dig into these events that might not be attention grabbing, but actually might be really important to take into account when we think about adapting to climate change.
Now, it's up to lawmakers to use studies like these to make policies that lessen the effects of climate change.
We can change the impacts, we can shape our future, and we just need to be proactively making those decisions today instead of waiting until it's gotten really bad and it's too late.